morning. Oh, let me turn my notifications off. Hi everyone. It's been a while. I am Josie. I'm the owner of Pink Pixie. In case you don't know who I am, maybe you're new to the page. If you are watching the replay, and hold on because I do have my computer up, and I don't know if anyone on my computer. I don't know if I'll. Let me mute that. There we go. I don't know if there'll be any comments, but heck, what the heck? When you come on, say hello so that we can see who's here. I do want to welcome you to our Sunflower Marathon. Hopefully you just saw Jessica. She was fabulous as usual, made a beautiful sign. Her sunflowers were gorgeous, not the typical yellow ones, but they were gorgeous. So let's see, what am I doing tonight? I'm going to be turning my camera so that it faces down on my project. So give me a moment. And then I'm gonna have to flip the camera. I have to look at this kind of upside down. Whoops, gonna tell me to rotate my phone. Oh, I just messed up. Hold on. Let's flip it first. There we go. There we go. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And I'm still trying to get used to this canvas light. But is that gonna work? I think it's gonna work. All right. So it's all about the project. Yes, we are doing a pumpkin, but I'm going to show you how to make a sunflower first. So first things first, who has the Swirl Me mold? You know, I don't have a sunflower mold, so what I like to do is I like to create other things with my molds, and this will be a sunflower. So for those of you who have never used a mold or our Pixie Doh, this is our Pixie Doh. It's fabulous Pixie Doh because it's just better than paper clay. So what you do is you want to generously cornstarch your molds. And on this one, I'm going to pull out some Pixie Doh. Now it comes out and kind of moist, and depending on your climate, we're really humid here lately. We've got our monsoons here in Sedona. So I'm just playing with the Pixie Dough a little bit. It kind of helps get some of that excess moisture out of it. And then I'm going to squish it into my mold. Now, something else you can do, and then it doesn't even require cornstarch. You can even pop this in the freezer if you want, and it'll set up in about 15-20 minutes. But in my case, I want to show you. There you go. Now we're going to take the Pixie Dough, make some leaves. And what I've made another type of sunflower with my molds. I love this leaf. I think it looks the most like a sunflower petal. And on the other one that I've done, I've used our succulent garden mold for the center. So hello, Olivia, Roxanne, thank you for joining me. Jill, thanks for joining everybody. Thanks for sprinkling, I appreciate it. And there's one petal, right? We're using the leaves to make petals. So this is, I gotta grab my glue. Okay, so of course, just like television, I have already gotten them all done. I wanted to show you how to do those just in case you have never used our products. They're super easy. The Pixie Doh is just fun. It gets addicting. I go through phases of my life where I'm like, I've got to do some molds. So we're going to set that aside. And this is what I've decided. I have decided I want to make my sunflower first, and then I'm going to paint everything. Instead of painting the pumpkin first, I think I want some of this brown. I want it to look a little bit aged. So here's what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, I made these earlier, and they are two sizes, right? They're bigger, and then they've got the smaller ones. So I'll be doing every other size. So let's get these glued on. Let's do that. And I can use the, just to demonstrate, I'm going to demonstrate with the one I just did to show you that you can glue it while it's fresh. These other ones I made earlier today, and I actually popped them in the freezer because I wanted to keep them a little bit soft. So here we go. I'm going to do, like I said, every other size. There are two sizes to these petals. And you're going to see what a beautiful sunflower this is going to make. So you don't have to go out and buy a sunflower mold. You can do it with the Swirl Me. And then the Swirl Me becomes a mold you can use for other things, right? It's a very contemporary looking flower, in my opinion. But I'll tell you what it really reminds me of. You know those suckers that we always loved as kids that had that swirl in the middle? That's what it reminds me of, and that's why I called it Swirl Me. Kind of silly. So I'm hoping this should be able to set pretty quickly. Hopefully I made enough petals. I can always make more, right? I might need to make a few more. We'll see. No, maybe not, because I have 4 left. Let's see if I... Oops, there's that one. Oh, there's going to be the perfect amount. That one, and one more small one. And that'll do it. So look how cute already, right? Right? Am I at a good, oh, I can see, right? Because you're seeing straight down. All right, so now we can put these other ones away. We will not be needing them. But I think I'm going to use the plate for my paint. And now this will, my glue will dry clear, but I probably should, I'm gonna grab my little popsicle stick here and just kind of wipe some of it out of there. And you know what? I am going to paint over it. It's not going to be that big a deal. And put that away. Okay, what's next? Now, I think I'm going to start out with cream puff. I think what I want to do maybe is like a quick, maybe like a quick base coat. And then I'll probably go back and continue using it. And I'm going to go ahead and just base coat everything. I'm going to start off just by using my Turquoise Iris Assistant. It's a 3/4 inch flat brush. I'm not pressing down too hard because I don't want my petals and my middle to move. And I'm not putting a perfect coat because we're going to layer this. Now, let's see what works best. I've got my Joy brush. This is the baby of the family. Really tiny oval, although it's kind of getting worn because I use it for so many other things. I may end up using my flat a little bit, maybe around and under. Actually, that's probably what I should do. So hold on, hold your horses. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. There we go. That way I can get under that petal, under the petals. Ooh, it's gonna be pretty. Are all of you starting to kind of gear up for fall? This is my first fall craft. Now I'm going to be live again tomorrow, and I hope you'll come back and watch me, and I wish I could remember what time I signed up for. I think the same time, actually. Because our calendars are on Central Time, and I live on Pacific Time. Well, technically Mountain Time, but we're on Pacific Time because we don't change our clocks. I'm always questioning myself, like, am I on at the right time? Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be doing something different, and I am going to be gifting tomorrow's craft away. I think this one I'm going to keep for myself because all my fall stuff is packed, and at least I might have, like, right, this little pumpkin. I can't really get down in there because I'm going to squish these together. Another thing I love about the Pixie Doh, if you put it up against another part of Pixie Doh like I'm doing here, right? I just shoved that back into the middle. It will fuse together. And that's something I love. It won't separate. So I'm hoping, since I froze those first, I won't have an issue with that. So now I think I'll go ahead and take my Joy. Oh, and I should have thought about the bottom, huh? I might have to do is maybe put the dryer on it. Huh. Probably should have painted my bottom first. Oh, this is funny. That's okay, I can always do the bottom. Trying to grab it right at the right area. It's gonna be pretty silly. All right. So, I'm also just getting over COVID for the second time. Didn't even get sick. Just felt tired this time. Last time I never got sick. The only reason I got tested last time was I was with people who had it. And turned out I had it, even though I really always thought it was a false positive, but I did 2 tests. So this time, no sickness. Mr. Pixie got it first. And then I got it a few days later. Actually, I was supposed to do this pumpkin on a live. We were in the Grand Canyon, not this past week, and the weekend before, when I came down with COVID and wasn't feeling well, and Mr. Pixie's like, maybe we better go home. But I had this pumpkin all ready to go to do a live from the Grand Canyon for you. But that's okay, because I wasn't going to do a sunflower on it, and I think it's going to be super cute, because this isn't even the finished product. Now, if I don't know how to mute. I'm going to hit it with the heater for a minute, okay? And I hope that's not too loud for you. I'm sorry. Do they make these dryers that are less noisy? I have another one, but I haven't. It's brand new. I haven't pulled it out yet. But going to be so pretty. I really want to be able to just touch the paint up there a little bit. We're going to do a lot of wet on wet painting here. And I think the bottom, I'll just have to do that later after it dries, because silly me, I should have painted the bottom. Let me see if I can at least get as close to the bottom as possible, right? And then, you know, kind of like that part that, just to the part where you don't see it anymore. Seeing that I want to layer this. But it's going to be so cute. I shared with Jane. Jane and I had a meeting before Jessica came on, and I shared with her what I was doing. Okay. Now, where's my Pixie protector? Or do I want to use, you know what? I think we're going to start with lemon crinkle. And I'm just going to throw some colors on here. Candied papaya, because I actually like orange sunflowers. So that's candied papaya. And I decided I want to maybe even throw in, oh, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for my center. Maybe throw in some sour apple. What I did is I have these plastic bottles, and I had the end of a sour apple, or I was using this for traveling or something. But it's sour apple. You can take my word for it. And Christmas cookie. Not even sure how many of these I'll use, but they're here if I want them. I'm even thinking the Sheer Beauty glaze, because you know how much I love like glazes and the sheerness of color. So what I'm going to do is I put the Sheer Beauty glaze to the side, and it's there if I want it. And this is like kind of like when I do like it, I will, there we go, just like that. I like to load my brush with it. And I think that's exactly, oh, and I've got to put some honeycomb on here. And just like that. But we are going to layer these leaves. And I forgot my chocolate souffle. I want to do, I'm thinking chocolate souffle for maybe between the two. Chocolate souffle and licorice. I'll figure the middle out after. Let's put a little bit of honeycomb. Oh, hello everyone. Hello Pam. Sorry, I always think the computer's going to scroll by itself, and it doesn't. So I think, let's go back and put, and again what I did is I'm just loading my brush in the glaze first. And we're going to layer, layer, layer. And I hope it will be pretty, and I think it will be. It's one thing I love, like when I decide I want to layer something, I can keep working at it until I get it to where I want it. And I know these colors are going to be so pretty together. So let's just take some of this candied papaya. And throw it on here. Actually, I'm going to throw some into the middle. right? Take some honeycomb. Let's come down and see what happens with the glaze. The glaze keeps it wet, so it's a little easier to work with. You're not having to take your misting bottle if you don't want to. Oh, look how pretty that is, and look how pretty that'll be as I layer more colors down it. Oh yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Jill. Why did you not, why didn't I think of that? Because I have no idea what I'm talking about. What I just said. And we're gonna come back up. Oh, and I know you're not gonna be able to see this very well, are you? Right? Let's come back up. With some honeycomb. And right now, see, I can see where, you know, I'm not really fond of right there. And I kind of like how I can still see chunks of the chocolate souffle coming through the pumpkin, because that's giving me that, you know, kind of a chippy aged look. Look how pretty that is. Come back up with, I like working the colors like this from the bottom up, because then they just start layering. You know, how's it look on your end? Does that look good? Thank you, Jessica. Does that look good? I hope so. It's one of the few things I'm keeping for myself so that I can have a fall decoration. It's funny, I bought this pumpkin last year on Amazon because, as I have said many times on here, we just don't have any craft stores near us. I would have to drive 45 minutes to get to a Hobby Lobby or whatever, and I don't like to drive anymore. I feel like the older I get, the less I like to drive. Well, so you can tell I'm using, my flat brush is doing great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Joy into, I used this earlier and I had cut the bottom, but it'll work. I'm going to put it into my Pixie protector, and that's going to keep my brush wet until I'm ready to wash it. So I'm thinking, okay, so I never use sour apple. I know for many of you, it's one of your favorites. My favorite is key lime pie. So I'm like, do I want to use sour apple now? Okay, let's go for it. Not my favorite, but I'll use it. There's just something about key lime pie that's so pretty. Oh, that's going to be pretty, especially because, oh, that's going to be pretty because I've got it mixed with, oh, look at that. Are you seeing that? And I got to keep track of time too, right? Oh, wow. Okay. I changed my mind about sour apple. Oh, wow. I am loving this, you guys. And it is perfect using the glaze because some of my colors are still wet. Oh, look how pretty that is. But I've got to do something different, a little different with my sunflower. Maybe what I'll do is focus on, maybe I need to do what Jessica did, right? Just, whoops, different color. Oh, and later I'll be able to come back up from the bottom. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm gonna do is throw some, even though sunflowers aren't green, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some green in there, some Christmas cookie and a sour apple. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush too. Let me try. So I'm going to end up probably even layering, because I've already started with the Christmas cookie, but that's okay because I can layer. Right? I'm going to layer more colors on top of my petals. All right. Come back with some honeycomb. Uh-oh, it's raining. Oh, it's pouring down rain right now. I was not expecting that. I think earlier I got a notification. So this is our monsoon season. If none of you have ever been to Sedona, August is a wet month. And now back to some candy papaya. Ooh, that's pretty right there. Right at the tip. How cute. See how cute this is? This little sunflower that you can make with the Swirl Me mold. And then maybe a little licorice. Because, right, the middles of sunflowers are very dark. So I'm still not thrilled. Now my sunflower has blended in a little bit too much, right? Because I used all the same colors. Blended in too much with the pumpkin itself. So this is where I'm just taking some glaze and working the candy papaya up there. I'm even thinking, let's try something here. Why not? My pumpkin, my sunflower. Hey, Jessica just did purple and pink sunflowers. Let's see. Oh, pretty. And then you mix it with that. Let it mix with the candy papaya. Woo! Beautiful. So you see it's layer, layer, layer until you get it, you know, somehow to where you want it. See what the violet lemonade did? It just added a punch of that other color. Oh yeah. Well, got to remember to do my little sides. You know, these molds are so deep. If you have never used our molds, be prepared. These are not those flat little skinny molds that you get with a lot of the other companies. These are deep. And I've got to remember to get those edges so they're not so white. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, but wait, I'm not even done yet. I've got something planned for the middle, actually. Gonna be so cute. And what I'll probably do, I think I want this to be shiny. So our shiniest sealer is Force Field. And I think that's the one I'm going to use. So you, again, see, you guys have seen me layer before. I go crazy, I know. You're probably like, stop it. You don't need to anymore, but I don't know. You know, when you just have a vision, or you don't have a vision and wish you had a vision? I think I'm gonna layer the middle, even though, honestly, you'll see what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be so cute. You know what, I wonder, I'm gonna try something. Oh yeah. Maybe I should have go back with just kind of give it that middle, just because it looks pretty. And once I seal it, and the sealer is going to make these colors pop, I guarantee you. Because what happens is when they're drying, they get dull looking. And that's when I'm like, oh, I've got to do some more layering. It looks dull, but the sealer is going to bring it all out and make it look perfect. All right. So what do you think so far? Look good? All right. Maybe I hit it with the dryer a little bit. I think I'm gonna hit it with the dryer, and then I think I might actually even come back under the leaves a little bit. No, I'm not gonna hit it with the dryer. You know what? I'm going to use Christmas cookie right under, not the leaves, the petals, but with the glaze on the brush, okay? That way it keeps it softer, and then what'll happen, when you've got glaze mixed with your paint, when it dries, it actually dries more sheer. It's really deceiving when you use glazes. It's fun though. It's fun to like think, oh man, I overdid it, but then when it dries and you see how sheer it is, you're like, nope, now I get it. Now I get what glaze does. Okay. Now I think, actually what I want to do, I want to make sure it's soft. So I'm coming back over the Christmas cookie up here just with glaze on my brush. You know, there was a little bit of other colors, but it's fine. Now I feel like my flower is starting to pop. Thank you, Olivia. Thanks, Karen. Thank you, Erica. And then again, when I seal it, it's going to even pop that much more. You know, I'm kind of, call me crazy. I'm really tempted to throw in I really am. I'm kind of tempted to throw in maybe even a little bit of blue. Like maybe like in the crevices of the pumpkin. I know. This woman is a nutcase. She can't leave well enough alone. All I'm doing right now is kind of moving my Christmas cookie with my glaze. And this is a really irregular pumpkin, just a cheap, like I said, on Amazon. So my ridges are really imperfect. And that's why I'm almost wondering, okay, if I did something else in the ridges, but maybe not. So I'm not going to seal it yet because I've got to work on the bottom, and I can do that off camera because now you can see, but I really want to show you what I'm going to do here in the middle. And I just realized, okay, so I hope I can find, oh, there it is. I didn't place that. Now, what did I do with it? Okay, so look at that. But I feel like I probably should. What do you think? Do you like the little bird? Is it easier to see sideways? Let's see, I'm watching you. I'm watching from my computer. So, there. Is that cute? I think the little bird is so cute, and he's sitting in the middle of the sunflower. The only thing, he's not the right color, is he? Let's try something. Let's see. I don't know what color I'm going to make him. Maybe that's... Is that rusty? I'm sorry, you're seeing my head. I'm going to grab a blue. I'm going to grab, where is it? Not watermelon. I think I want one mini cocktail. Where are you? This kind of maybe make him look more like a little blue jay. Something like that. I think I'll pull him out. We saw some really pretty blue jays in the Grand Canyon. We were there. All right, throw in another color. And the bird can be blue. You don't really see underneath. Whoa. Good thing you won't see underneath. That was way too much. Oh, I love Bombini Cocktail. It's so pretty. Maybe. It's pretty because I can now actually I can see kind of some of the green showing through. It's really pretty. He's sitting on a branch. I know that doesn't make sense with him sitting on there, but it'll be all right. Because it's just blending in with the sunflower. Oh, maybe you want to add a little green in his wings. That's pretty. I like that. Kind of blue and green, right? And being that I'm using the glaze, it's going to show through to the blue when it dries. If you never used glaze before, you really should try it. Our Sheer Beauty glaze is wonderful. Oh, look. What do you think? Hello, Phyllis. How are you? Hi, Maureen. Thanks for joining. Hello, Karen Robert. Oh, I love the color he turned out. Oh, you guys, I love it. Maybe turn, I just have to figure out there. Although he's gonna have to come off so I can seal it. But what do you think? Do you like it? Maureen, isn't the birdie so cute? These are knobs. And I actually inherited from my friend who passed away last year. And when I bought all of her stuff from her husband, she had a bin full of knobs. And this comes from Hobby Lobby. But I love it. That blue under the green is perfect for him. It's gorgeous. It's Bombini Cocktail with sour apple, but the sour apple is mixed with glaze, so it's sheer. So when it dries, I can get the bottom done because I should have done, I really couldn't do the bottom anyway, right? Because I did so much layering. But I think it's gonna be really cute sitting on my table. I think, other than letting it dry and sealing it, I think I will turn the camera. Whoops. And then do this. All right. Well, everyone. Oh, I'm all crooked. I mean, look at me. It's been fun. I've missed you. Please remember to join us again tomorrow. Jane will join us tonight. After me is Jane. Can't wait to see what she's going to be doing. And then, oh, here, now that I have it up, And of course, we'll get a picture of everything done. So remember, I used for the sunflower, I used our Swirl Me mold. I used the biggest one for the middle, and then I used the leaves as my petals. And it turned out so adorable. Thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at the same time. And tomorrow, I will be gifting my project away. So you want to make sure you join me, okay? And I got to figure out what that sunflower is going to be now. I can't do them all the same. Oh no, what have I done? No, I'm just kidding. I have to be the same. It's so cute. Just use a different middle, right? All right, everybody enjoy your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.